MVP.
All right, I have a terrible memory, so I wrote all this down. This was what happened today for this guy. Associated Press Player of the Year, Walter Camp Player of the Year, Davey O'Brien Award for the best quarterback in the nation, and the Maxwell Award for the best college football player in the nation. That's a pretty nice Thursday, Joe Burrow.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's a huge honor to win all those awards, and I couldn't have done it without my fantastic teammates and coaches.
Well, and you mentioned those teammates. It wasn't just a great night for you. It was a great night for everybody on the team.
Yeah, absolutely. Grant and Jamar are two very hardworking people that couldn't deserve it more, and they'll be the first ones to tell you that everyone else deserved it as much as they did.
All right, now I have to ask you about the suit. Were you a lot of seersucker in Ohio, or did you learn this when you came south?
This is a Louisiana thing. I got this last week. Our AD, Scott Woodward, set it up for me, so it was awesome.
Now, I asked you this before. I'm not going to put you on the spot now, but this is all great, right? But you're already focused on a couple of more dates in the future, isn't that right?
Yeah, I mean, these awards are great, and regular season accomplishments are fantastic, but the December 28th and January 13th are the ones that I want.
All right, but before that, we are going to make him make a trip to New York. So, Joe Burrow, guys.
All right, thanks, Ryan and Joe. David Pollack is here. Emmanuel Acho as well. I'm Chris Cotter. Okay.
I don't think he cares about the trip to New York either.
You don't think so?
Did you see that? I don't think he really.
He's locked in.
I'm worried about the trip to Atlanta again for the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl and then the national championship game. Huh?
That's pretty awesome.
His ascent has been remarkable. And almost right from the bat, you saw, didn't you, how good he could be in terms of the accuracy and everything else that comes along with it.
Texas game right out the gate.
Yeah.
I mean, you saw, and not just that, not just the accuracy. You saw the command. You saw the ability, like the moment never got too big, and it never did throughout the whole season for Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow has been unbelievable. Probably the best story we've seen in college football
in a long time. Here's when I knew Pollack. 3rd and 17 in Austin on the road, week 2 or week 3. I forget what
blitz,
it was.
by the way?
Game on the line. That's a whole nother conversation. Game on the line. Burrow steps into the pocket, drills it against what's supposed to be Texas's top defensive back to the house, seals the game. Right then, I knew this kid is something special.
Jamar Chase wins the Biletnikoff Award, too, tonight as the nation's best receiver. He kind of came out of nowhere, too. So you have this LSU team. How good could they possibly be? And it's an LSU team. Over the years, we've seen them win by outscoring teams 17-9. This team wants to outscore you.
What's crazy to me is I don't think people realize how big a turnaround that is for the mentality of a team. You're used to just grinding it out with teams in the SECs, particularly LSU. They're not used to putting up 40-plus points a game. Now, all of a sudden, you have buy-in, both with Joe Brady and a perfect marriage between Joe Brady, Joe Burrow, and now they're outscoring teams at will. It's been phenomenal.
Well, let's not forget, too, when you look on Sundays and you see Odell Beckham Jr. and Jarvis Landry. They went to LSU.
Yeah, but they weren't.
There's been super freaks, but there hasn't been a great system, and there hasn't been a great trigger man. Yeah. Now, when you put all that together, the weapons all come together, and now you see the running back's still great, by the way. It's not like he lost anything, but now you see the weapons outside putting up huge numbers. You got tight ends, you got wide receivers. It makes the whole thing work, and it's been ridiculous.
What about the opponent here in Atlanta, the first game on the 28th? That's the Peach Bowl. That's Oklahoma. You talk about a team that came in really needing a fourth quarter, a big fourth quarter to beat Baylor in the Big 12 just to get here. Now what type of a challenge did they present for that?
I mean, you can't get it twisted. Oklahoma has needed a lot, but here's what we know. They got it done. Period. In the game of football, it's not about how close do you get. It's about do you get it done. Oklahoma has gotten it done. What's interesting to me is everybody talks about LSU and rightfully so, but don't sleep on the superstars that Oklahoma has, because CeeDee Lamb is a dude, and by dude, I mean pure freakazoid. When LSU plays OU, CeeDee Lamb may be the best player on the field at that moment in time. Jalen Hurts, he's a beast as well. To me, the LSU defense, which has looked great as of late, but has been deficient at times, are they going to be up to the task when you're talking about
I like working with new guys, so we're working with Acho up here. He gave you some fine points. What's the chances?
Don't do that to me
You
right now.
You see that?
Don't do that to me.
Let me tell you something, man. Don't get it twisted. When CeeDee Lamb's on the field, he might be the best player on the field. What he's saying is, OU doesn't have much of a chance. Jalen Hurts, by the way, been there, done that.
I ain't say all
that.
Been
there, done that, by the way. He's been to every college football playoff. He's got the experience. It's a different animal.
And he has performed under those spotlights.
Performed well. He's going to have his best game. best game, period, he'll have to put together and score 40-plus to win this game.
Has it in him. That's the one thing to think about. The second game is the Fiesta Bowl. And let's take a look at our Chick-fil-A impact players for the college football playoff. Why don't we take a look at Chase Young? Oh, that dude is going to have an impact. There's no question about it. Clemson and Ohio State out in Phoenix. He wins the Bednarik Award tonight. But like we said, when we showed him picking up the hardware and getting the hug from his family, he's got bigger fish to fry when it comes to what he has in store for him. The NFL at some point in time, but certainly the championship game. Here he is with Marty.
Thanks, guys. Ohio State defensive end Chase Young is your Bednarik Award winner. Thoughts about winning that award and being the best in the country at your position?
It's an honor, man. It's it just goes to show that, the phrase, hard work pays off. It definitely does, and it did for me today. And I'm just, I'm grateful and blessed with the opportunity to receive this award.
What's it been like to spend the past couple of days here with the best individual players in college football?
It's definitely humbling. Talent level equates, and it's good to get around, guys who are, work just as hard as you. And just aspire to be what you want to be, and that's the next level.
All right, last thing, I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you, why can the Ohio State Buckeyes win the national championship?
I feel like we're the toughest team in America, and I feel like to win a national championship, you got to be tough, and I think that's what we are. It's a hard driving group, and we're just not going to stop until we win it all.
Good luck. Yeah. Appreciate your time. Congratulations. Guys, oh, you good, man?
All right.
He's like,
he is good.
Go get the quarterback. Okay. Go get him.
He plays the position you played, and he plays it really well. He's going to New York. I mean, he's a Heisman Trophy finalist. What more can you say about when a defensive end can get his way to New York?
I think he's the most dominant player in the country. I mean, you talk about a guy that just wrecks game plans, wrecks people's dreams. I can promise you, I don't care what anybody says at Clemson. Y'all can sell me whatever you want. Those tackles are like, oh, crap. I mean,
they don't like what they're seeing on the film?
Hopefully this is really bad competition. Like they're not very good, right? Let's turn on the Penn State game.
Every year at the college level, we have a defensive end that wreaks havoc. That's going to be great at the next level. What separates him? Why is he so much better than the ones we've seen over the years?
There's a lot of defensive ends with great first steps, and he has a phenomenal first step. To me, the best thing about him is his second step. He steps phenomenally fast once and twice, and that doesn't happen very often. And by the way, you don't realize he's 6'5", 260.
He doesn't. You're right. He doesn't look like he's so smooth.
Well, he's got an 18-pack. So he had abs. He had muscles popping out of his ears, I think, at one point in the interview. I mean, he's sculpted and has an unbelievable frame. And then you couple that with technique. He's got nasty, filthy hands. So, Lord have mercy. Good luck.
His opponent, though, they've won like 100 games in a row. Yeah. They're the defending national champs.
But nobody believes in them.
But all year they're third, they're fourth. They've got to feel a little disrespected at this point.
Rightfully so. And I think Dabo's done a phenomenal job of finding any sort of motivation anywhere. I mean, wherever the heck he can search for and find it to use it for his team. What's interesting to me is the matchup on the interior. Everybody knows about Pollock. Chase Young, he's a beast. We get it. But on the outside, it gets real tricky because T. Higgins, dog. Ross, dog. So really, when I look at it, is Okudah at defensive back. He was up for the Thorpe. We all saw him, one of the best DBs in the nation. How will he hold up? And can the rest of the Ohio State secondary say, hey, you lock up one-on-one with T. Higgins or Ross and eliminate him, and we're going to guard the rest of these guys? Because Ohio State will have their
long enough for a Chase to get there.
Exactly.
That's what you do.
And here we've talked all this long about this game, and we haven't even mentioned Trevor Lawrence and the fact that he hasn't thrown an interception since mid-October. He's been near perfect.
Yes, and people, I saw an argument. There are always arguments, and it's always on Twitter.
You're always right in the middle.
I stayed away from this one. But people were saying Trevor Lawrence, Joe Burrow, this or that. I'm like, Trevor Lawrence is playing the best football right now. I mean, since October, I think it is, 20 touchdowns, no interceptions. He's playing lights out, and you got to remember, when you got 2.64 specimen on the outside, I mean, he just throws it up and says, go get it.
And an unbelievable tailback, too.
By the way, y'all drive me nuts with this stuff, okay? First of all, you say Lawrence. Who else are we discussing? Joe Burrow. 41-1 Justin Fields touchdown to interception ratio. But 20-1 was really good the last 6 weeks. How about a season of 41-1?
You're right.
41-1. But then, you know what, Justin? Thanks for showing up. Thanks for being a part of the debate. I hope you just go and show up and don't get killed, bro.
Well, a lot of great quarterback this season, and we saw a lot of it. We'll see a lot of them in New York for the Heisman Trophy presentation. Saturday, 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 Pacific on ESPN. Also, check it out on the ESPN app if you so choose. It's the 85th annual Heisman ceremony from New York City. Joe Burrow will be there. Jalen Hurts will be there. Justin Fields will be there.
There you go, Pollock.